This city doesn't quit, and neither do you. If it's happening in New York, you are there.
We are the NYPD.
Always.
We've made a promise to listen to our cops, our community, and our city. The NYPD needed to change, and now it has, for the better. Our new plan of action includes trust, tackling crime, training, technology, and taking on terror. We've changed the way our cops work with the community by giving them the resources to forge real, lasting connections with the people they serve. Neighborhood policing connects our cops with the community so they can work together to tackle crime and improve the quality of life in New York City. We've instituted new recurring training that emphasizes de-escalation and communication. And our field training program anchors police academy graduates in the basics of neighborhood policing and on-the-street police work. We've given a smartphone to every cop and put a tablet in every car, creating access to data in the field where it's needed most. We've instituted a dedicated operational counterterrorism unit that deploys highly trained, properly equipped critical response command teams around the city. The state of policing in New York City is strong and getting stronger every day. The people we serve demand it, and the men and women of the NYPD are listening. It's what we do. Now let's all work together to build one city, safe and fair, everywhere for everyone.
For nearly 2 centuries, we have trained to be strong and honest, to defend the defenseless, aid the injured, protect liberty, to hold together the fabric of our city. Heroes, always heroes. Heroes, always heroes. the NYPD.
Graduating class, forward, march!
Good morning. Let's have one more round of applause for our graduating class. Congratulations. I now ask everybody to please rise for the presentation of our nation's colors and the singing of the national anthem by a member of our graduating class, Police Officer Catherine Villar.
Attend, hut!
1, 2.
Present Holmes!
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Order! Holmes!
Thank you, Officer of the Law. Please remain standing for our invocation by Police Department Chief Chaplain, Rabbi Dr. Alvin Cass.
Parade, rest.
Almighty and eternal God, thou who controllest the destiny of all peoples and in whose hand lies the fate of all nations, we invoke thy blessing upon these graduation exercises, even as we implore thy favor upon the outstanding young men and women who have gathered here today and who have completed successfully the program of training to become police officers and are about to receive formal recognition of that fact. Dear God, we beseech thee to guide and protect these new officers as they begin their new careers at the beginning of this new year. Endow them with understanding that they might act wisely and prudently in the fulfillment of their duties and responsibilities. Cause them to place their trust and reliance upon thee, that they might better cope with the problems and situations that will confront them. And may they ever strive to win the respect and esteem of their fellow New Yorkers by laboring for the relief of the needy and the comfort of the weak. And finally, dear God, we beseech thee to grant to Mayor Adams, Police Commissioner Sewell, and all the men and women of the New York City Police Department continuing success in their unceasing efforts to make New York truly a metropolis where people of every race, religion, color, and creed can pursue their individual destinies untrammeled, unafraid, and in obedience to thy will. Amen.
Attend, hut.
Thank you, Rabbi Cass. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated.
Take seats.
I'd now like to take a moment to introduce the members seated on our dais. Please hold all your applause until all have been introduced. Starting in the front row on my right, the Chief of Internal Affairs, Miguel Iglesias. Chief of Risk Management, Matthew Pontillo. The Chief of Interagency Operations, Teresa Tobin. The Chief of Transportation, Kim Royster. Chief of Crime Control Strategies, Michael LaPetri. The Chief of Intelligence and Counterterrorism, Thomas Galati. The Chief of Patrol, John Schell. The Chief of Department, Jeffrey Madry. The Police Commissioner of the City of New York, the Honorable Keyshawn Sewell. The Mayor of the City of New York, the Honorable Eric Adams. The First Deputy Commissioner, Edward Kavan. Chief of Staff, Oleg Trevnevsky. Deputy Commissioner, Management and Budget, Christine Ryan. Deputy Commissioner, Department Advocate, Amy Litwin. Deputy Commissioner, Community Affairs, Mark Stewart. Deputy Commissioner, Equity and Inclusion, Wendy Garcia. Deputy Commissioner, Employee Relations, Lisa White. Deputy Commissioner, Public Information, Julian Phillips. United Arab Emirates Consul General Amna Al-Mahari. And the MTA Chief of Police, John Mueller. Seated in our second row, Commanding Officer, Police Academy, Deputy Chief Peter Fortune. Executive Officer, Housing Bureau, Deputy Chief Russell Green. Executive Officer, Special Operations Bureau, Deputy Chief Gerard Dowling. Commanding Officer, Patrol Bureau, Queens North, Deputy Chief Christine Bastida-Beck. Commanding Officer, Patrol Bureau, Brooklyn North, Deputy Chief Scott Henderson. Commanding Officer, Patrol Bureau, Brooklyn South, Deputy Chief Charles McAvoy. Commanding Officer, Patrol Bureau, Manhattan South, Assistant Chief James McCarthy. From the Detective Bureau, Assistant Chief Michael Baldessano. Acting Chief of Transit, Michael Kemper. Executive Officer, Personnel Bureau, Deputy Chief John Benoit. Police Department Chief Chaplain, Rabbi Dr. Alvin Cass. Police Department Deputy Chief Chaplain, Father George Anastasiou. Chief Surgeon, Dr. Eli Kleiman. Assistant Deputy Commissioner, Legal Matters, Carrie Talansky. Labor Relations Executive Director, Paul McCullough. Advisor to the Police Commissioner, Robert Galgano. President of the Police Benevolent Association, Patrick Lynch. Seated in our third row, Assistant Chief of Information Technology, Ruben Beltran. Executive Officer, Police Academy, Inspector Rhonda O'Reilly Bovell. Executive Officer, Patrol Bureau, Staten Island, Deputy Chief Terrence Herson. And from Strategic Initiatives Bureau, Deputy Chief Michael Baker. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our dais, and we thank them for being here today. And it is now my honor to introduce the Police Commissioner of the City of New York, the Honorable Keyshawn Sewell.
Good morning, everyone. On behalf of the executive staff and the entire NYPD, I welcome you all here today. Graduates, New York City's newest protectors, joined by officers bound for the MTA police and law enforcement in the United Arab Emirates. Today is a momentous occasion for you. You should feel a great sense of accomplishment after completing the last 6 months. You have undergone the most extensive and intensive training any police department has ever offered. You are the beneficiaries of the best field training, academic curriculum, enhanced scenario-based hands-on instruction that there is in this profession. You have been tested physically and academically. You have vaulted every hurdle, rose to every occasion, raised your right hand, and took an oath of service before self. That is the legacy of the NYPD. In 2022, this department faced challenges and hardships. Our goal was to fight and reduce crime, improve quality of life, secure our transit system and housing developments, and turn any mistrust and separation between the police and the community into faith and partnership. The women and men of the NYPD proudly accepted this challenge, never backed down, drove double-digit decreases in gun violence and homicides, took over 7,000 weapons off our streets while simultaneously cultivating and deepening relationships and partnerships to focus our efforts and our second-to-none resources on the few individuals who prey on the people of this city. Those people who cannot and will not be allowed to succeed. You now join this momentum. For over 177 years, the New York City Police Department has made history, and today is no different. We are a diverse, professional organization equipped with the most capable and extraordinary workforce. Of the probationary police officers that make up this graduating class, 131 of you are foreign-born, hailing from 76 different countries, speaking 25 different languages. 39 of you are putting on a uniform for the second time after honorably serving our nation in the armed services. We thank each of you for making this decision. We respect your commitment to join the greatest police department, bar none, and to become the future of our rich history. Officers, engage the communities that you will serve. Understand both their short and long-term problems. Work collaboratively and step forward. Let's solve them together. I am confident that our city and this department will have many successes in 2023 because of you. You are now the protectors who will make a difference. Tomorrow night, as the clock ticks down to midnight and you are standing in uniform at the crossroads of the world, know that this is your city. It relies on you. It is a city of light, of hope, of possibility, one that can shine every day as brightly as a crystal ball on one New Year's Eve night every year. Thank you to the Candidate Assessment Division and the members of the Police Academy for ensuring that we have the very best candidates and recruits for this career. And to the truly invaluable people sitting behind and along the sides, the families, friends, and supporters of our graduates, I know you sit here with equal measures of pride and trepidation. But you and your loved ones now join a world-renowned family of about 52,000, and we always take care of our own. Thank you for your support. Graduates, enjoy this day of celebration. Starting tomorrow, each and every New Yorker will be counting on you. They will be looking for their protectors, and the NYPD has no intention of letting them down. Officers, congratulations again. Happy New Year, everyone.
And thank you, Commissioner Sewell. It is now my pleasure to introduce the Mayor of the City of New York, the Honorable Eric Adams.
Thank you. Good morning, and thank you, Commissioner, for sending the right message out. And to all of you today, as you graduate and the excitement of it, and receiving your assignments and moving into the streets of the city of New York to protect the people of the city. I got one of my wishes today as well. I always wanted cufflinks from the Commissioner, and she gave me my pair this morning. Thank you, Commissioner. Let me say this. Officer, what is your name? Yes. You had a smile on your face from the time you walked in. You know that? You have been excited. I hope all of you are sharing the energy and excitement of this officer here and how he feels about it being a member of the New York City Police Department, the finest police department on the globe. That's the enthusiasm. That is how I felt over 30 years ago when I walked into Madison Square Garden and I became a member of the police department and had that shield on my chest. That is what you want to carry with you, not on this day, but throughout your entire career. That is what you must feel. As you go out into an environment where the loudest people are making you feel as though you are not wanted, but the overwhelming majority of people are happy to hear you every day. It's not social media, it's social security. Those are the people that enjoy seeing you and know that you are here to protect them every day. Every day. And it's the diversity that the Commissioner stated to the entire team that put together this diverse class of recruits. Here is your assignment. Your assignment is to protect the dash that sits between our culture. That dash is the symbol of who we are as a country. African-American, Hispanic-American, Jewish-American, Polish, German, French, Portuguese, Caribbean, no matter who you are and where you come from, when you enter this place called America, the responsibility of the men and women in the blue uniform, you must protect the diversity and the dash that allow us to have the secret weapon that makes us different from any other country on the globe. This is the only place where you are told to come to this country and not abandon your country or your culture. You bring it in and you make the product better by being here. And the diversity of these officers is a signal to that and the family members who are here today. That is our secret weapon we must protect. That is your obligation to protect every day that you are on patrol. And to our family members that's here, I tell this story all the time. I remember retiring after 22 years of service. I remember at the retirement event, hugging my mom and felt her entire body collapse in my arms. She watched her two sons serve for over 20 years on the front line. She held her breath during September 11th when our center of trade was collapsed. She held her breath every time she heard that a police officer was shot. Every time we had some type of action that endangered the lives of police officers. She did patrol with us emotionally every night. You are going to do patrol every night with your sons, your daughters, your spouses, your relatives. This is as much as your journey as their journey. And each time you are on patrol, you need to think about them. Any reckless action you take is impacting them. Anytime you don't think with the strategic training that you receive, you will impact their peacefulness and their thoughts. Just last week alone, we saw the heroic actions of police officers as the commissioner and I visited an officer who was shot. A few days later, we visited an officer who was stabbed. But in each one of the incidents, we watched their strategic approach to operating with the training and the experience that you have. You are the finest trained police department on the globe. Don't allow that training to erode merely because you spend months, weeks, and years in a department. And you are the foundation of public safety. We sit under the tree of freedom because men and women across the country adorn the uniform and they water that tree with their blood, sweat, and dedication and commitment. That's what your call is for. And you join the ranks of not only the men and women who are the NYPD, but also the men and women of DOC, probation, parole, hospital police. All our law enforcement officers across the city are here to protect us, and we never look down on them. We partner with them, and we lift them up. And as the song sang, the rocket red glare of bombs burst in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. The bombs are not only those physical bombs that go off in our evening skies. It's the bombs of COVID, the bombs of terrorism, the bombs of economic challenges, the bombs of asylum seekers coming here to find some level of prosperity. All of those bombs go off. And in spite of those bombs, you know what? Our flag is still here. And so it tears me apart when I hear that 52% of Americans state they won't defend this country when it's attacked by foreign enemies. Let me make something clear to you right now. I'm part of the 48%ers. I start my day with the same thought. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. When you put on that uniform, you state you are part of the 48%ers. And with those 48%ers, we will continue to protect everything great about this country. I'm proud to be an American. I'm proud to know that this city is representative of what this country stands for. This is the American city, New York City. You take that pride with you as you move on and protect the people of the city and the people of this country. Thank you for joining the NYPD. We will ensure that we lift up the legacy and we leave here today with that same smile as this officer has here now. Congratulations to you.
Thank you, Mayor Adams. It's now my pleasure to ask the Executive Officer of the Personnel Bureau, Deputy Chief John Benoit, to administer the oath of office to the graduating class.
Graduating class, attend, hut!
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me.
Ready, move!
I do hereby pledge and declare that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New York, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the position of police officer in the New York City Police Department according to the best of my ability. So help me God. Congratulations.
Ready, front, take seats!
Thank you, Chief Benoit. At each Police Academy graduation, awards are presented to the outstanding members of the graduating class. Awards are in the form of an engraved plaque for various categories. At this time, I ask the Mayor and the Police Commissioner to present the following awards. Our first award is the Mayor's Award. This award is given to the student officer who has attained the highest overall average, scoring an overall average of 96.79%. Mayor Adams will present this award to Police Officer Brendan Fee. The Police Commissioner's Award is presented to the student officer who attained the second highest overall average, scoring an average of 96.49%. Commissioner Sewell will present this award to Police Officer Andrew Larragay. Our next award, the First Deputy Commissioner's Award, is for the student officer who has scored the highest academic average of 98%. First Deputy Commissioner Edward Caban will present this award to Police Officer Emily Alexander. The Chief of Department's Award is given to the male and female recruit who have achieved the highest physical fitness runoff score. The Chief of Department, Jeffrey Madry, will present this award to Police Officer Ashley Maharaj and Police Officer John Shea. The Chief of Training Award is given to the student officer who has scored the highest firearms proficiency average of 100%. Police Commissioner Sewell will present this award to Police Officer Kevin Roblensky. Our next award is the Commanding Officer Police Academy Award, which is presented to the student officer who renders police assistance while in the police academy. On Wednesday, November 30th, 2022, at approximately 11:40 hours, while at his residence, Police Officer Terno Ka heard screams and started to smell something burning. He then heard a fire alarm ringing from the neighboring apartment. P.O. Ka exited his apartment to find the hall filling with smoke. He went to the neighbor's door where smoke was escaping, and while dialing 911, was able to partially kick the door open. As smoke escaped that apartment, a man with a laceration exited and stated his pregnant girlfriend was still inside. The male ran back in and brought his girlfriend out of the apartment, where P.O. Ka assisted both down the hall to safety. Once his neighbors were away from the smoke, P.O. Ka was able to proceed downstairs and speak with responding fire and police department personnel, notifying them that persons may still be on the 31st floor. P.O. Ka later did re-enter the building and locate his neighbors to ensure they were indeed safe. The Commanding Officer of the Police Academy, Deputy Chief Peter Fortune, will present the Exceptional Police Duty Award to Police Officer Terno Ka. The Police Benevolent Association Award is presented to the student officer who served as the outstanding company sergeant for this graduating class. The president of the Police Benevolent Association, Patrick Lynch, will present this award to Police Officer Clyde Parker, Jr. The New York Police Foundation Exceptional Community Service Award is presented to the student officer who has shown exceptional community service. This year, probationary police officer Hussein Azmatlu helped organize the donation of over 800 toys for the NYPD Police Academy Toy Drive. Police Commissioner Sewell will present this award to Police Officer Hussein Azmatlu. Thank you, Mayor Adams and Commissioner Sewell. At this time, I am proud to introduce the recipient of the Mayor's Award, our class valedictorian, Police Officer Brendan Fee.
Good morning. I would like to welcome Mayor Adams, Police Commissioner Sewell, First Deputy Commissioner Caban, Chief of Department Chief Madry, distinguished members of the dais, my fellow graduates, family, and friends. It is indeed an honor and privilege to be standing before you as a valedictorian of the December 2022 graduating class of police officers. In the days that followed our appointment to the New York City Police Department, we began a difficult yet rewarding phase of our lives. The training program that we have all successfully completed has provided us with the foundation and skills essential to perform our duties as police officers. Having acquired the necessary tools for the job, we are now prepared to render our services with courtesy, professionalism, and respect. The NYPD was founded in 1843, making it today a 177-year-old institution. I can give you facts about the 77 precincts throughout the city, as well as the housing and transit bureaus. But what I can't give you is the number of times a New York City police officer has put complete strangers' needs and well-being in front of theirs, since that number is endless. This is not a job or just an employer. This is a calling, one that everyone sitting in these seats before you has answered. It is hard to believe that we showed up at this academy 6 months ago in our business attire, wide-eyed, and absolutely clueless as to what was coming our way. After we all finally caught our breath from climbing the seemingly endless stairs up to the auditorium on our first day, we knew there was no turning back, nor did we want to. Here we are now, more eager than ever to start this profession that is our passion. I am honored to now be a member of the finest. I would like to thank all of the instructors from the Police Academy's training staff. We found the quality of teaching at the Police Academy extraordinary, and the instructors themselves to be wonderful people, whom we shall truly miss. Thank you for the knowledge and experiences that you have shared with us. Your dedication, patience, and perseverance have played a large part in making this experience a memorable one. On behalf of the entire graduating class, I would also like to give a special thank you to the Chief of Training, Chief Juanita Holmes, Executive Officer of the Training Bureau, Assistant Chief Samuel E. Wright, the Commanding Officer of the Police Academy, Deputy Chief Fortune, and Executive Officer of the Police Academy, Inspector O'Reilly Bovell, as well as our platoon commanders, Lieutenant Clacken and Lieutenant Caraballo, for their leadership and support. We greatly appreciate it. I'd like to personally thank my OCI, Officer Colon, whose leadership was paramount to our success. His kindness, knowledge, and dedication to our company was greatly apparent. Additionally, Officer Kuros, whose energy and passion shined every day when she walked into the classroom to instruct us. And of course, Sergeant Kuntz. Her incredible work ethic, commitment, and willingness to go above and beyond for any recruit is something I look up to and one day hope I can emulate as a leader in the NYPD. They are the best and most inspirational instructors I could have asked for, and I would not be standing up here if it wasn't for them. On a personal note, I would like to thank my family and close friends, my father, retired NYPD Lieutenant Gene Fee, my mother Lorene, my brother Kenny, and my girlfriend Danielle for the continuous support and inspiration. I know firsthand the hardships and sacrifices that families must endure when their loved ones go into this line of work. I was stationed overseas for over 3 years and was deployed for a significant period of time while in the United States Army. Let's just say I put my mom through a lot of stress. Sorry, Mom. But she still shows me nothing but support and love through everything. She has been the greatest gift I could have ever asked for. To my loving girlfriend Danielle, thank you for putting up with my late night studying and the 5 separate alarms going off at 4 a.m. to which it only woke you up instead of me. I appreciate everything you do for me. To my best friend and brother, Kenny, you have been there for me through every obstacle and every triumph. You have been my biggest supporter and fan since day one, and for that, words can't explain how thankful I am for you. Finally, my father, Gene. Dad, you are my biggest inspiration, and I've always known ever since I was a kid that I wanted to be exactly like you. You taught me that no matter what I do in life, I better be the best I can and never give up no matter the challenge, and I hope this is the start. You set the standard high, and I have big shoes to fill if I even want to be half the police officer you were. Although, I guess I am off to a good start because you didn't give a speech at your graduation all those years ago. In all seriousness, everyone I mentioned, I can't thank you enough, and I love each of you from the bottom of my heart. To my fellow graduating classmates, in parting, it is important to note that although the training was difficult, we have all endured it and finished strong. It is important that we stay true to ourselves, and above all else, continue to demonstrate the integrity and professionalism that embodies this great department. I wish each and every one of you the best of luck in your new command, as well in all of your future endeavors. Last but not least, thank you to my fellow officers in Company 2233. It is my honor and privilege to be your company sergeant, even though my phone will go off at all hours of the night with your endless questions. Additionally, I would like to thank my assistant company sergeant, Lopez, for all the support in dealing with any tasks that were thrown our way. Also, to my great friend, Jake Walton. Jake, your friendship is something I truly appreciate, and I can't wait to see the great things we accomplish in this department together. Over the course of this training, we learned together, we got to know each other, and most importantly, we supported each other. It was truly amazing being able to learn and grow with all of you. I wish you all the best of luck. I wish to leave you with one last thing, Fidelis et Mortem, the NYPD motto meaning faithful unto death. It should serve as a guiding principle as we embark on the next step of our journey to serving the greatest city in the world. Congratulations to the December 2022 graduating class of police officers. We did it. Thank you.
Thank you, Officer Fee. And now to perform a musical selection, it is my distinct pleasure to introduce the finest pipe band in the world, the Pipes and Drums of the NYPD Emerald Society. As a tribute to those graduating officers who have served in our nation's armed forces, the Emerald Society Pipes and Drums will now perform a selection of military anthems. We ask the members of our graduating class and members of the audience to stand and be recognized when the anthem of their branch of service is performed. Once again, the NYPD Emerald Society Pipes and Drums.
American set. Right. Work. Left. United States Army. United States Air Force. United States Coast Guard. United States Navy. United States Marine Corps.
Thank you to the NYPD Emerald Society Pipes and Drums. I'd now like to take this opportunity to present these student officers who were assigned as company sergeants for the class of December 2022. These officers assumed additional responsibilities beyond just their academic and physical training and acted as liaisons between the staff and the students. Will the company sergeants please rise and be acknowledged?
Company sergeants, attend, hut! Take seats.
Members of our audience may be curious about those officers wearing the gold citation cords. They are being recognized for achieving overall scores that place them at the top 10% academic average of this class. This is a superior achievement, especially when you consider our curriculum is accredited for 33 college credits. Will those officers please rise and be recognized?
Gold citation cords, attend, hut! Take seats.
We would personally like to thank the official company instructors and all the instructional staff at the Academy. We commend them for an exceptional job and now ask that they rise and be recognized for their hard work in preparing this graduating class.
Academy staff, attend, hut! Take seats.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Police Academy graduating class of December 2022 would like to thank all of you for the support that you have given them to make this day possible.
Graduating class, attend, hut! About face! Present arms! Order arms! About face!
I would now like to ask everyone to please rise for our benediction by Police Department Deputy Chief Chaplain, Father George Anastasiou.
Attend, hut! Parade, rest!
Heavenly Father, as we conclude this joyous ceremony, we offer profound thanks to you for bringing us together as a family in the New York City Police Department. Our officers have entered our academy to learn, and now they go forth to serve. Be a shield around them, guide them, protect them, give them prudence, and always return them home safe to their families who will anxiously await every single day, every single night. We commit all those in attendance to your care and to your providence. May your benediction, Heavenly Father, reside within the hearts and minds of our officers, every single member of this department, and their families. Amen.
Attend, hut!
Thank you, Father George. This class has chosen to recognize their place in the history of the NYPD. Their class motto states, "We strive to serve and protect our city."
Graduating class, attend, hut!
Ladies and gentlemen, before we conclude, I'd like to invite everyone here to join us in the singing of God Bless America, which will be led by Police Officer Catherine Villar.
God bless America, land that I love. Step beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above, from the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans, white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Thank you, Officer of the Law. On behalf of Mayor Adams and Police Commissioner Sewell, I would like to thank everyone for attending our graduation ceremony today. We ask the members of our audience to remain seated until the graduates have exited the arena, and I'd like to wish everyone a happy and healthy new year and a pleasant day and a safe trip home. Thank you.
Graduating class, left and right, face! Forward, march!